to College Football Friendzy. I am not your host. I am filling in for the Yukon legend himself, Shane Stafford. And what better fill-in to have? I mean, you get an upgrade. You get Steve Cully. I mean, very few people get an upgrade when you get a guest host. You get Steve Cully. And as always, the next greatest influencer, Coach Schuman. And we have to change this. This isn't the prospect podcast, correct?
No, we have to change.
I was just being thorough because I know that I know the landscape and I know how important it is to get it right. And I just want to make sure that you have it the way you want it. Because you're the icon, you're the legend. I want to make sure.
Oh, there we go. I heard two sounds. Did you hear two sounds?
No, I didn't hear two sounds.
Okay, good. Now it's I got to adjust that.
Well, that's husky huddle. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I gotta get. Well, I guess I gotta get a college football Friendzy up there. What the heck is it? 12:30 on Tuesdays. Okay, I bet you I can have one before we get. Well, you leave that for now.
You can just use the moonlight, and we can zoom in, and we can be intimate, nice and intimate and close. We're close together. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
I liked it. I like the intimate look. The intimacy is very important. So I love being able to. I love it when I get to see you in less than 12 hours notice. It just makes my life so much better. Yeah. When I get to see Coach Schuman, I mean, it was just 12 hours ago we were together, and doing the Rebel Republic and the rants and that lady Lisa, whatever her name was, she drew quite some attention.
Yes, decent looking woman too.
Yeah. It's too bad that she lives in Washington, so she can go to Aberdeen and hug a tree.
That could be your next liberal girlfriend.
I think she needs to go hug a tree. And when she goes and she hugs a tree, then I'll consider being her girlfriend. But she just has right now. I just think she's got too much baggage, even for me. just too much baggage.
You like a little bit of baggage. You like a little bit.
I like them a little crazy. Yeah, you got to have a little crazy is okay. Yeah. But you don't want a ton of baggage. But so we were looking at everything, and I just had wanted to ask you. The rumors going around are having to do with, of course, one Dion Sanders.
Cowboys,
yeah, leaving Colorado and going to Dallas. Now, I just think that would be a terrible move on his part. He's got a good recruiting class. He has started to build something there. And for him to leave right now, I just think it's kind of suspect. I know it's all about the Benjamins, and you got to chase that, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just think that he brought half of Jackson State with him when he came to Colorado, and now he's got a really good freshman class slated to come in. Just want to show Hulk Hogan off, so he knows I'm alive. So that's all I'm saying. I just think that he, I think he should stay where he is. Now, I don't think long term
I really
Colorado.
think Jerry Jones is going to give him no offer. I don't think that's going to
I mean,
be.
I don't think you can ignore him. I don't know. I mean, there's candidates out there, but a lot of them are retreads, and a lot of them are young, and a lot of them are inexperienced, and a lot of them, you know, you just they're unproven. And in this day and age, as we've seen, you really have 2 years. And if you're not making moves in 2 years, if you're not moving the needle in 2 years, are you frozen?
I am frozen, but did you notice the background before I come pop out?
Yeah, I did.
I got a college football frenzy background,
You
dude.
got it back. You got it back. You got
All
it
right,
back.
you're back.
Oh, we got comments already. Oh, it's Chris D. Chris D, the Schuman Network. Chris D, you know what? It is the Schuman Network. And that's why it's as popular as it is. The Schuman Network, we have enough programming that we could go 24 hours. We could do anything you want.
I don't even. You know what I have to do more of, and this is totally off topic, but I have to get back to doing the recasts. So I was doing. It's just that I was doing a lot of recasts, like running them a second time, the shows, which was really great. But the problem has been that
Yes.
but we've had so many shows that have had a hard time running the recast.
It's tough to do it. Yeah.
But
I've been doing it too.
People like it. People
Yeah.
actually like the recast because they miss the original.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they like to it kind of reminds them, even though they don't have to watch it live on YouTube. Obviously, you can look it up, but it reminds them a second time. I noticed.
No, it does for sure. I have.
Again? I froze again?
Yeah, you froze again. I have shown multiple versions of different shows, and I've noticed like Kevin Bannister's show did fantastic the first time, and it's doing fantastic again the second time. So I appreciate that. And I've noticed I did a show with Cedric Baylor. Cedric Baylor played with me. He's doing some great things now in the community down in New Haven. He owns a company called Above Average Transportation, where they provide transportation to underprivileged youths. So, they can go to practice, they can play sports, they can do clubs, whatever activities, because they can't get rides. So I think that's great that he did that. And he also has a nonprofit that he started, the Future Leaders of Tomorrow, where he kind of teaches life skills to high school kids, which I wish that I had, because I didn't have any life skills coming out of high school, and I don't know for sure that I have them now.
So you could have been a good candidate for that.
Yeah, I would have been a good candidate with that.
So I going back to the Dion conversation, I don't think he's going to get the job, but I do think he's going to be in the conversation. The guy that everybody wants is Ben Johnson.
From Detroit. Yeah.
Not the former Olympic sprinter that got caught with steroids, but Ben Johnson,
right?
Coach who coaches the Lions. I
think he's great. He's done a great job with Jared Goff and revamping that offense and really catering to Dan Campbell and taking on his mentality. I think he's been phenomenal with that. I'll use your word, phenomenal. But it's just so difficult. The landscape in the NFL has changed so much. The landscape in college football has changed so much. You don't have time to rebuild. And Jerry Jones was at least one of the coaches that traditionally gave guys that extra year, that extra 2 years. And maybe it was detrimental, because it never really paid off. It didn't pay off with Wade Phillips. It didn't pay off with Jason Garrett. And now it didn't pay off with Mike McCarthy. And Mike McCarthy's coming off 2 12-5 seasons.
Right.
And then this year happens. But like my thing was, I don't think he should have been judged as hard this year because how many teams, again, you could dig up Vince Lombardi and put him out there. If you don't have your starting quarterback, Dak Prescott, and there were injuries to CeeDee Lamb, and you bring back Ezekiel Elliott, like, what do you expect? Like, I don't think it matters who the coach is. The cupboard is bare, as they say.
Well, that's a great point. So that was the interesting point that I think they brought up on a Dan Patrick show, that Ben Johnson can come to Dallas. He doesn't have all the tools that he has in Detroit. So
yeah, he's got a lot of weapons.
Will he have the same success? Maybe only CeeDee Lamb is better than the best guy there. Jared Goff's obviously more productive than Dak Prescott.
Right now he is, yeah, for sure.
I'm sure Joe Brady's probably going to be a candidate somewhere.
I like Joe Brady.
Great offensive mind.
Joe Brady was an analyst or the quarterback's coach for Buffalo, and then Ken Dorsey got fired, not this year, the year before. Joe Brady takes over, and I mean, he just gets them rolling because they were struggling. I mean, they were down, and then Joe Brady took control. He put more emphasis on the run game, and Josh Allen just exploded. And now I think Buffalo's the best team in football. But I know this is the college football frenzy show, and there is quite a bit of frenzy and chaos going on between the transfer portal, guys leaving for the draft, the whole Carson Beck debacle with him leaving Georgia, tampering, Jim Mora calling people out. And like, I think the NCAA, if they have to assign a unit to strictly monitor the transfer portal and NIL deals, because there is so much nefarious dealings going on, with money promised to kids that the schools don't have, and the kids leaving like this. Like Carson, never in a million years would I expect Carson Beck, who won a national championship at Georgia 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Last season or whatever.
No, didn't Michigan win 2 in a row?
Oh, it was Michigan. Michigan won last year. It was 2 years ago he won.
I think Michigan won 2 in a row?
No, Michigan didn't win 2 in a row.
They did. They lost last year?
No, Michigan won last year. The year before that, I thought, was Georgia.
Let's check it out.
It was Georgia, Alabama 2 years ago, wasn't it?
They won. Michigan won in 2023. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
No, that's the year before, I guess. 2023, they won the national championship.
Yeah, that's.
There must have been Georgia last year then, because that would be 2024.
No, Michigan won last year. Or no. You're right. It was Washington. Didn't Washington play Michigan?
Did Washington win?
No, Washington lost. Michigan.
No, it had to be Michigan that won last year. Because
Michigan won last year. That's why Harbaugh left.
Didn't they win 2 years in a row? Yeah. No?
They did not win 2 years in a row. They did not win 2 years in a row.
Georgia won 2022. Michigan won 2023 and 2024.
No, your timeline's off. You're thinking of this. You're thinking of the fall season. The fall season of 2023, Michigan won.
Let's get this straight. Let's go right to the NCAA.
Okay.
All right, you're right. So I
Yeah.
guess call it the season of 2023. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, because
All right.
I know it's technically 2023, 2024, but the 2023 season was Michigan. It was the whole Connor Stallions investigation and all that.
Yes. And then 2022 was Georgia.
But wasn't that Beck? Was Beck the quarterback or no?
No, that was
Okay, it was not. It was
that was the guy who ran around a lot. I can't believe I already forgot his name. He ran well.
it wasn't Spencer Rattler, right?
No, Spencer.
No. Okay.
No. Let's get it. Georgia quarterbacks. Let's see. We got it. Can't believe I forgot his name.
So had Carson
Stetson Bennett.
Right, Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett won 2 in a row.
Has Carson Beck been there the whole time?
I think so. Yeah. No. Or
was he a transfer? Because I wasn't sure about that. If he was a transfer.
That's a great question. I think Carson Beck was. Where was he first? I guess he was at Georgia the whole time. Yeah, he's been at Georgia.
So he was okay. So he was Georgia born and bred, and he's been there through the system. And this was really. Did he must have started last year then too?
Grad transfer.
Yeah. Okay.
Like meaning like he didn't have to probably graduate, but he's deciding to graduate so he could use the grad transfer route for his next year. That's my guess.
Right.
Because if he does that, then he could go to grad school, get the money, transfer.
Correct. Like Kyle McCord basically did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying. Yeah, I mean, God, there's a lot of movement. Really, at the quarterback position, it's saying Boston College has a new starter for 2025.
Who's that?
It's Grayson James. He was FI Florida International transfer. He started 5 times this past year, including the program's final 4 games as he replaced Thomas Castellanos. Castellanos is now at Florida State. It's just amazing that this is just like quarterback roulette, how they just go other places. And then Cal has a new quarterback. Clemson has Cade Klubnik.
Klubnik, yeah, Klubnik. Yep.
Yeah, and I was trying to think where he was from. Oh, okay. He's
from Texas.
Was Texas, yeah. Duke has a new transfer from Tulane, who's a sophomore. Florida State is the Thomas Castellanos guy.
Is the Tulane quarterback transfer to them?
Yeah,
Very good. Very
good.
He
is. Darian Mensa. That's Jewish, right?
No, he's not. I don't think he's Jewish. I think he's
Men's is a Jewish name.
Yeah, but he's African American. I watched him play.
Okay.
So, maybe he's I don't know. Maybe he's mixed.
Yeah, maybe he is. Who is? Maybe he is. And now this is the one that that's surprising. North Carolina.
American. I watched the game.
Well, North Carolina is saying that Jacoby Criswell is going to be the starter. Now, Jacoby Criswell did not play in the bowl game, the Wasabi Bowl. I think he took like 2 snaps. I thought I saw him out there for. And then, God, and they're keeping 6th-year senior Max Johnson. Max Johnson is the Johnson from Tampa Bay's son, Brad Johnson's son. And he's been on. He's a 6th-year senior. My God, it's just amazing just to see this. The NCAA Wolfpack have a new quarterback.
Darian Mensa. Father's black, mother is blonde, blue-eyed, Portuguese.
Okay, so definitely not Jewish. Okay.
No.
So yeah, Pitt has a new quarterback. SMU has a new quarterback. My God. Stanford has a new quarterback. Look at that. Syracuse already has a new quarterback.
Who's the new quarterback there?
Syracuse has Ricky Collins, who's a redshirt sophomore from LSU. So, how about, I didn't even know this. Kyle McCord was trying to get a waiver from the NCAA for an additional year of eligibility. Wow. And he just declared for the draft. So Fran Brown landed Collins out of the portal in December. And he has 3 years of eligibility. So he's a quality young quarterback. That's just amazing. It's quarterback roulette. I mean, if these guys don't play and don't play early, they just bounce. I mean, they there's no development. There's no waiting. It's I'm either the guy or I'm not.
Right.
And they take off. That just scares me more than anything, that there's that many and Arch Manning. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Right.
Because I don't think he doesn't have much time, because you said, isn't it 5 days if you're a playoff team and you declare for the portal?
Yes. So he probably, if he was going to do it, he's going to do it soon.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to see if they say that Arch Manning is going anywhere. They're the Big 12. So, wow. Arizona State, new quarterback. Arizona, new quarterback. BYU, new quarterback. Well, he's not new. He started the last 4 games, and now he's going to be the full-time starter. Baylor has a redshirt senior quarterback, and then Cincinnati has a redshirt. It's just amazing. And then Colorado is expected to start Caden Salter, a redshirt senior who's a Liberty transfer. That's his final year of eligibility. And a seasoned veteran to succeed Shedeur Sanders and bridge the program's future. Because I know that they signed.
Is Julian Lewis going to be the starter
for
Colorado?
Oh, no, Julian Lewis is not the starter.
Oh, who's going to be the starter?
I just said it's going to be Caden Salter, who's a redshirt senior, and he transferred from Liberty. So they're going to have him for the year. And then Coach Sanders made his biggest recruiting splash since arriving in Boulder when he flipped 5-star USC quarterback commit Julian Lewis in November.
Right.
So, so Lewis, the number 2 prospect in 2025, reclassified from the 2026 cycle and won't turn 18 until September 21st. meaning he'll likely need time to settle into the college level.
Right.
So they'll redshirt him. It looks like. Man.
Okay.
Houston has a new. It's amazing to me. Nobody retains quarterbacks. They just all go out and they get transfers. Yeah, Jalen Daniels is staying at Kansas. Kansas State is keeping their guy. Oklahoma State brought in a new guy from TCU. And TCU has a guy that's been there. But wow. I just wonder, because the portal isn't long and the quarterbacks jump in.
Right.
They have to have agents or advisors that are calling these teams, or coaches that are calling them to bring them in. Because like even Yukon with all the transfers that they brought in, I mean, is a lot. They brought in a lot of transfers. They brought in only a few freshmen, and they're still filling out the roster, which I don't understand. I don't understand how many guys they lost in total. So that's something we'd have to look up. But it's just, yeah, we need Mike Burton to buy some of these players.
Well, how do we get that?
Mike has spent quite Mike has spent enough money. I don't think we need him to buy more players. I think, as I said, we need to try to contribute as alumni so he doesn't have to spend all his money so we can have success.
No, he's not going to spend. I don't think that. I don't think he's.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he just called me earlier too, but I was on the air, so I didn't talk with him.
Were you in trouble from what you did the other day, or no?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't in trouble. He just is. This is what he was calling me about. I sent him the video you sent me about Mike Lombardi in North Carolina.
Okay.
And he said, would be great to have the budget to pay for this position. He's basically saying they don't have the money to pay for a GM position.
But they have a GM, but it's not a real GM, is what you're saying?
We do have a GM?
Yeah, we do have a GM, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. Who's our GM?
Yeah, we have a GM. So our GM is what's his name? Our GM, they have a GM, but I don't know if he's doing anything that's like involved from that standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know Mike, is kind of fact checked again. I wasn't fact checked. I didn't know we had a GM. That's not, being fact checked would be me saying that, we have a GM and he's doing a great job. I said I don't know if we have a GM, but yes, I was fact checked, and we do apparently have one. But what are the true responsibilities of having a GM? Like what are their expectations of having a GM? Is it pure roster management? Is it pure financial? Like who are we paying? Who are we not paying? Where are we going? That's what I wonder about most.
I don't know what we're paying, but I don't think the GM is below the head coach at Yukon. So
Okay,
That
so he's not above. I got you.
yeah, he's not above. So
I got you.
from that standpoint, I'm also streaming us live direct on YouTube as a separate deal just to see if
Oh,
that
good.
has any. Yeah, I mean it looks a little choppy, but trying to see.
You mean the stream is choppy?
Yeah, not ours, but the one over there. So I'm just curious to see if it brings any uh, more views doing it on a direct platform, but it doesn't seem like that's the base.
Well, I mean, we have 318, and
That's pretty good.
um, yeah, it is. And then whenever I show it on on Facebook, like I get 1,000 views usually, and I've shown like Kevin Bannister's interview. I've shown twice, and it's gotten 2,000 views just on Facebook, and then I just put it up on Spotify and iTunes, and he shared it, and it's doing very well there.
Good.
So it's just being able to catch it, but I think people watch it on Facebook and YouTube. I don't know that they watch it as much on like LinkedIn. And you said that they watch it on Instagram, but you get cut off after an hour. I know that.
Yeah, you get yeah. We
But
don't usually go much more than an hour,
no,
anyways.
we don't. But looking at the playoffs, it's interesting that the teams that had the bye struggled. The teams that played all the way through, they suffered some injuries, but they played. Does Burton ever tell you the reason we didn't get into the Big Ten? He said that the Maryland game was a detriment to us getting into the Big 12, and accordingly, not all of the other school presidents want us in the Big 12. They
That's
don't.
the bigger thing. That's the
They
bigger
don't.
thing.
That because for football, they don't see us as bringing anything to the table of the Big 12. All they see is Yukon coming in and taking money from their football pool, because we're an extra mouth to feed in the Big 12. And I think that's been the problem. It's just because basketball isn't going to generate enough revenue to where the Big 12 is going to say, oh, well, we want to bring UConn in. Oh, they've won 2 national championships. Well, they don't really care about that. And that's what's funny. It is bullshit, but Chris, it's not about winning and losing.
So on college,
Not about winning and losing.
at College Football Frenzy, we like to talk about the upcoming college games. So
Yeah, we talk about Notre Dame and Ohio State.
National champ. I want to know what you think and who you think is going to win the national championship. And
I
why.
loathe Notre Dame. I've loathed them for several years.
Okay.
I've always thought that they're overrated. I don't think they play the best schedule. Chris said we just outdrew 5 schools at Fenway Bowl that got invited to the Big 12 or the ACC. Wow, I didn't know that. But again, it's about money. Long term, they don't think that Yukon is going to bring money into the Big 12 for football. And that's what they care about most. They care about, going to say that, oh, we're bringing UConn in and they're going to be able to generate this much revenue for football. They don't feel that way about us for football. And that's the reason that, we're kind of being held back, unfortunately. Do I think it's right? No.
So
But
why is it that you hate North Carolina? I mean Notre Dame.
One of my good friends is a diehard Notre Dame fan, and I hate Notre Dame because they think that they invented football, and I've always despised Notre Dame. They have an arrogance to them.
This
They
new
think
rock.
you're better than everyone. Yeah, they're academics. The blah. So Notre Dame can go to hell. I don't like Notre Dame. I don't like Ohio State. I think Ohio State has been overrated for years. I remember watching when Alabama put a whooping on them in the national championship game. And I'm like, the only reason they're there is because the Big Ten was such a weak conference.
Right.
Ohio State only had a 1 game season, and it was Michigan. And as long as they took care of Michigan, they were in. They always handled Penn State. And now things are different because you have Oregon, you have USC, you have UCLA, you have teams from the West Coast that are making it harder. This Ohio State team is much more dynamic, much more explosive. Um, they have much more speed and they're physical. And I like the way they play defense. I like offensively, they can score fast, they can score in bunches. And I think that's where Notre Dame will struggle to stop them. But last year's game, Michigan Washington was a blowout, if I recall. Michigan kicked the crap out of them.
Yes.
So I would like to see a good game. I don't know that we will. I think Ohio State still has too much firepower to compete with Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame to me is a bologna sandwich. Just a bologna sandwich on 2 pieces of white bread and maybe like a half piece of cheese and a little bit of mustard. That's Notre Dame to me.
Breaking
They're
news: Wink Martindale, the Michigan defensive
DC.
coordinator, yes, is interviewing with the Falcons.
That's not surprising. He wanted to go back to the NFL. He wanted to go to the Eagles last year. The Eagles didn't take him. He's an outstanding coordinator. The Giants blew it with him because Dayball is just a jerk, and the Giants are completely mismanaged. And I hope he gets it.
Dude,
Did you say
the funniest retweet of the all of today came out, which is hilarious. So, do you know who the girl Cydney Thomas? Did you watch the Mike Tyson fight?
No?
Okay, so when Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, you didn't watch that? So
No,
anyway,
I didn't watch it.
So Mike Tyson, when he fought Jake Paul the day before, they had like whatever the pre-fight
The
thing.
way in the press conference, yeah.
Yeah, and then this person's also the ring girl. So there's this girl, her name is Cydney Thomas. Okay, she's like really good looking. Okay,
Well, that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be eye candy, the ring girls.
so she took over the internet. Okay, and
Took
she
over
became
the
famous.
internet.
Oh yeah, she became famous overnight. So you know how it is. Listen, men don't become famous overnight, but women do. She became famous overnight. But the funniest of all is she put out there yesterday that an SEC coach DM'd her. Okay.
So what?
And so speculations was running wild, and everyone thinks it's Lane Kiffin, right? That did it. But the funniest of all was yesterday evening or afternoon, she tweeted that she was on the golf course with the GOAT, Nick Saban. So she took a picture with Nick Saban. She's on a golf course with Nick Saban. So obviously she's not dating him. Everyone's like laughing,
Well,
she
he's
kind of
married.
like
Yeah.
she baited everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she baited everybody. She was going to be
She
playing golf.
she trolled us.
She trolled us, right? Nick Saban was obviously was at a golf and she knew she was going to be there. She trolled everybody, and so anyway, so Lane Kiffin tweets out today. He's funny. Have you ever followed his tweets?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
hilarious.
beyond hilarious. He wrote, "We have the answer, RTR." At Alabama football, say the picture of Nick Saban and her at the golf thing. Nick Saban's in her DMs, which is
Of
so
course.
funny.
Of course.
Lane Kiffin is the greatest troll, dude. It's
Oh,
so
well,
funny.
he hated working for Saban. He hated it.
He learned a lot, though. He said he learned.
He did. Yes, he did. He did. Saban rehabilitated everyone. Yes.
What's that?
Saban rehabilitated a lot of coaches like Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian. I believe Doug Marrone was there. Bill O'Brien was there. Whoever got fired, Lane Kiffin would have a home for you.
No, you mean Nick Saban?
Or Nick Saban would have a home for you. Yes.
He's great, but I follow these Lane Kiffin tweets. He's so funny, dude.
Oh, he's smug. I love it.
He's always trolling. He's always he's always trolling other people, and like people will come at him and say things to him, and he just trolls back. It's just so funny. And it really is fun because he's a college football coach getting paid $10 million a year, but like lives on Twitter trolling people. I think it's hilarious.
Exactly. I'm looking at the matchup here for Ohio State and Notre Dame. I mean, that's a pretty big spread. Ohio State -8. That Notre Dame obviously had the loss to Northern Illinois, but otherwise has been pretty steady throughout. But they didn't play anyone imposing. I mean, they play Army, Navy, Air Force. They play USC, obviously. They were 12-1, and their 63rd ranked schedule included signature wins over A&M, Louisville, and USC. So again, they beat Indiana, which they rarely played. And they're in the same state. They never play each other. And they beat them by 10, 27-17. The Irish defense created 2 turnovers and holding Georgia to 13% on 3rd and 4th down conversion rate in round 2. So they lost 2 NFL caliber tackles from last year's offensive line, but they haven't lost a step in the run game. They're averaging 6.5 yards a carry. Wow. And their passing attack thrives on efficiency. They rank 24. They're ranked 24th in success rate and 15th with a 66.2 pass completion rate, which is very, very high. But they do not make big plays. They're ranked 131st in passing explosiveness, with just 11.5 completions, gaining 20+ yards. The run defense has shown vulnerability. They've had some injuries there, and they rank 121st in the stuffing the run. Wow. And 50th in rush success rate allowed. So that's crazy. That's some big numbers. That's where Ohio State could definitely exploit with Notre Dame. They don't make big plays. So Ohio State, you saw how they got up fast against Oregon. If they get up fast on Notre Dame, they get a big lead. Riley Leonard is going to have a difficult time coming back from it. I don't know if they have the personnel to come back from, a 17-point lead, even a 14-point lead. I was never a big Will Howard fan. He was with Kansas State.
Right.
But he's a very good dual threat quarterback.
He's big.
Yeah. And I don't know that he's not someone who is going to be a first round draft pick. Do you see him as a first round draft pick?
No, I don't see him as a first round draft pick.
No. I mean, I'm not even sure he'd play quarterback. They could move him anywhere. He's a great athlete. But Notre Dame has allowed a completion percentage of just 50% this season. That's number one in FBS. And then they have defensive back Xavier Watts has intercepted 12 passes since 2023, and that's number one among all FBS players. Notre Dame is 9-1 against the spread when intercepting at least one pass this season.
Wow.
That's the best among all the power conference teams. And this is where I think that Ohio State will get the heads up. Riley Leonard has only averaged 10.6 yards per completion this season, fifth lowest among Power 4 quarterbacks. Notre Dame running backs have averaged 20.4 yards per reception in the fourth quarter this season, which is best among FBS programs. I love where they pull these stats out. Notre Dame's offense has thrown for 2,900 passing yards in 15 games this season. That's only 194 yards a game. That's 102nd among FBS offenses.
Really don't throw him. He doesn't throw that much.
No, he doesn't. They're very efficient. They keep everything underneath. They're balanced. They focus on pounding the football. Notre Dame has allowed rushes of 10 or more yards on just 49 of 472 carries this season.
They're very good. They're very good defensively, Notre Dame.
Well, this is the difference maker. Ohio State's wide receivers have averaged 14.2 yards after the catch. And that's 23rd best in FBS. Notre Dame's defense has allowed just, I think, 10.9 yards after the catch this season. So that's going to be a matchup. And Ohio State, their opponents have averaged 10.3 attempts per touchdown in the red zone this season. Number one among power conference teams. And Ohio State has allowed a completion rate of just 39% in the red zone this season, which is the best in the Big Ten. Yeah. So Will Howard has rushed for 7 touchdowns in the red zone. It's the most among Big Ten quarterbacks. Quinton Judkins has picked up his first downs on 48% of his rush attempts in short yardage situations this season, which is 4th worst among Big Ten running backs. So Ohio State is 2-6 against the spread when making less than 5 explosive plays a game. So, I mean, this is I would still take Ohio State. I would take them 10 times out of 10. I think they're going to steamroll Notre Dame. I just don't see it being close. I think Ohio State's too explosive. I think Notre Dame is mundane. How do you like that word? Mundane.
I think I'm going to pick Notre Dame.
You picked Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But you don't think they're going to win the game. You think they'll cover the spread.
I think they'll definitely cover the spread, but I think they're going to win the game.
You really think they'll win the game?
I think they'll get it to a close game. Riley Leonard will run it in for a late touchdown. And
If Notre Dame wins the national championship, the apocalypse is upon us.
Well, we did. Yes, correct.
The world will never be the same if Notre Dame wins a national championship. I can't. Yeah, it is, because with Trump coming into office and all these pardons and wildfires and cats and dogs getting along. I mean, what else can happen?
They're eating the dog. I missed that song. I wish they would start playing it again. They're eating the dog. They're eating the cats.
But so Monday night, you're going to drive to New Hartford, New York, and you're going to watch the game with us.
And eat the, what is it called? The Sicilian pizza?
Yeah, the Sicilian pizza.
The Sicilian.
Sicilian, yes. How hard would it be to get you to come to New Hartford, New York? What would it take?
The private jet?
No. All right, I'll get you a flight. You want to fly out of LaGuardia? Or you want to fly out of...
We're going to drive. Let me look at how far we are. Let's see. Lincroft. What is it?
New Hartford, New York.
New Hartford. Well, what's his pizza joint called?
Tony's Pizzeria, Washington Mills. You could fly out of Newark.
Let's see what we got here. Whoa, that's a hike.
How far does this take?
4 hours and 19 minutes.
Oh, that's not. I mean, it's about 3.5. It's not 4 hours and 19 minutes. What's the mileage?
That's a good question. Mileage is...
Because my Uncle Tom makes it in a shorter time than that. It's usually 3.5.
He's a little closer.
Yes.
What does it say miles? Why does it say? Oh, here it is. 274 miles.
Oh, that's 3 hours. 274 is 3 hours. 3.5 tops. 70 times 3.
I'm looking it up right now. Okay, so you are by. Let me get a pin drop here. Pin drop.
70 times 3.
There it is. Oh,
you make it.
You're okay. You're almost at Syracuse. You're at Utica.
Yeah, we're between Syracuse and Albany.
Takes me almost 4 hours to get to Albany.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Saratoga takes me 4.5, which is probably the same distance to you.
Yeah, that's what it says here. It says 4.5. But I'm looking. I'm looking at. I'm looking at this. It's 278 miles. But
it might be because you might be. Oh no, Highway 90's oh right. So when I get to Albany, I split. I know
yes.
I'm taking the road that takes you to Buffalo.
Yes, you would take 87 all the way to Albany, and then you take 90 to us.
Yes, 90 just goes all the way, right?
Yeah. But I'm also looking.
Let's look up Tony's Pizzeria in Satellite View.
Well, what about Newark? Couldn't you fly out of Newark?
I don't think I would fly because it would cost too much.
I will pay for your flight. We'll get your flight.
No. Because by the time I go there,
a direct flight.
Wait an hour. It's the same deal, you know.
You think it would take 4 hours regardless?
Probably take 4 hours. Tony's Pizza. Here we go. Let's take a look at this joint. All right. There it is. Oh, right next to, is there a banquet hall next to him?
Yeah, he owns that Valentino's.
Oh,
Yes,
yes, the Valentino banquet hall. That's good
yes,
money.
he owns a ton of property. That's why I want my doggy daycare. God damn it!
That's a good good deal there.
Yeah,
Who is the Creekside Cafe good across the street?
Creekside's excellent. Yes,
It is. And then you got
yeah.
the Rio Grande Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex he owns. Yes, he owns that building.
He owns that building.
Dude, he owned Smoking Gun Saloon is right across from the pizzeria. He owns that building. That's the building that should have been my doggy daycare.
Oh, okay. So he owns that. And does he own the how about Salvatore's Italian Bakery and
Yep,
Bagel?
he owns that. All the buildings back there,
In
they
that
own
area?
them. Yes.
How about the
He
7-Eleven building?
No, he owns Roma's Sausage, which
He
is
owns Roma Sausage or the building?
the building.
Okay. Wow.
Listen, he owns all that property. And then
Wow.
he just bought more property downtown. So that's why I'm saying we got to get you up here.
How about Piggy Pat's Smoke and Ale House?
No, that's
That rival?
that's why it was stupid for him to open a barbecue place because Piggy Pat's is king around here.
Oh, Piggy Pat's is the king.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes, it's very good.
It looks like it's got like a whole big deal up there.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
How about Debbie's Cafe? How's that?
That's newer. That's good too.
Oh, you guys got good food up there, huh? For a small place?
That's all we have is food. Yes.
So all you guys have is good food.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm telling you, all you have to do, you beat the traffic, you come up Sunday night, and then you hang out Monday. You show Frank how to use the selfie stick, and in the pizzeria, you can watch him and see how he yells at everyone, and then we'll watch the game.
Is Frank's rival Charlie's Pizza?
No, Charlie's is no. Charlie's is on its way out.
They're on the way out.
Yeah,
I'm looking through so New Hartford's your town.
Yes,
which was looks like it's
Frank's rival is One Jenny. One Jenny is the place that drives him nuts because they opened like 5 years ago, and the food's okay, but he doesn't understand why people flock to it, and he thinks his place is better.
Oh, okay.
And it is. I mean, his food's better. He's got a nicer bar.
Videos. Food looks good.
Yeah, it is. The food is great.
Or is somebody else the chef?
No, he is. He's a chef, but he has a chef that does the buffet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, he can cook anything. He's a great cook.
How's Packy's Pub?
Packy's is fun.
Is there? Wow, you guys got a couple of joints up there, huh?
Yeah, that's why we got to get you up here.
Now my screen's up.
I'm gonna start a Venmo, and I'm gonna put money in the Venmo, and we're gonna save money up to get you to come to Utica.
My screen is going crazy.
I see that. Yeah,
you see it's going crazy.
Yeah, it's going crazy. It's the green screen.
Oh, let me get out of this and come back in. What the heck's going on? I can't even get out.
You're stuck?
StreamYard won't let me get out.
Let me see if I can.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
I removed you. Okay. Yeah, we're back to the Steve Cully show. And Utica, New York is the best place in the world. New Hartford, New York is the best place in the world. And everyone should come visit. And we did outdraw the group of 5 schools. And the Big 12 can suck a big donkey dick for not taking us. They're missing out. Because we are going to be a force to be reckoned with in college football. We already are a force to be reckoned with in college basketball. And we are going to dominate the universe in all of NCAA athletics. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Lisa? Lisa, and your positivity and your Aberdeen, Washington. You can go hug a tree. Hug a tree and let me know how it feels. Hug a tree and let me know how it feels. I gotta see if Dave's gonna come back or if I still get to rant. Because I'll just rant because that's what I do. I rant. I tell it like it is. I tell it like it is. Like those locked on morons. You know what they're locked on to? They're locked on to my balls. That's what they are. That's what they are. They don't tell it like it is. They just want to keep you kind of all nice and happy. And you know what? Nobody listens to them. You know who they listen to? They listen to me. They listen to Coach Schuman. They listen to Joe D. Oh, God, tomorrow. Chris D, I'm going to be in trouble tomorrow. I got Joe D. He's going to be fact-checking me all over the place. I got to bring my A game tomorrow, or Joe D is going to dominate. So I will make sure to do that. So I don't know if Dave's going to be able to come back. And I don't know if I can stop this. Yeah, I'm not sure how to stop this bad boy. All right, Dave. So this has been the College Football Friendzy. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life. And then you can throw them at Tyler King as well. Let me tell you, Tyler King is a very, very needy, perverted man. He said that, his podcast, he was making demands about his podcasts and his edits. Well, let me tell you something, Tyler King. Tyler King, do you record anything? Do you post anything? Do you write anything? No. You sit in your chair, you spew nonsense, people can't understand you, and you're a big, scary, sweaty goof. That's what I think of you, Tyler King. That's what I think of you. How about that? How about that? You can take that to the bank, Tyler King. I can get anyone. I can get Chris D. Chris D, do you want to host the MMA report? Tyler's going to be fired. He says it's his show. Well, Tyler, you can have your show. Oh, good. He's back. He's coming back. Let's see if it works. Yes, he's coming back.
Back? No, I'm not.
There
back.
you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You
back.
are. You are. Your camera's just not working. You can hear me. Oh, he's logging back out. So, yeah, Tyler King thinks it's his show. It's not his show. He doesn't write anything. He doesn't bring in any money. I do it all. I write. I post on Facebook. I post on Instagram. I post on LinkedIn.
There we go.
And there we go. Okay.
How wacky was
that was crazy.
It was my computer.
Oh, because you probably got a lot of stuff open.
I had a lot of stuff open and went wacky on me.
So, just for the record, so we know, you are still going with the Ohio State University.
No, I'm going with Notre Dame.
You're going with Notre Dame, okay? And you think you think Notre Dame is going to cover
Notre
and
Dame.
win?
I think Ohio State's probably the better team. I think if it gets in a close game, I think Notre Dame will win because I think their quarterback's a better
You really think their quarterback just dinks and dunks? Will Howard's the better athlete overall.
I don't know about that.
Yes, he is. He's probably the best dual threat quarterback. It's just going to come down to if Ohio State gets the lead early on, then I don't think Notre Dame's going to be able to come back. But it's going to be interesting to see. But we're going to start the Coach Schuman Venmo account. And Frank and I are going to put money in it. And how much is it going to cost to get you to get into a car and drive to Utica, New York?
It's not going to Utica.
New Hartford.
No, it's mentally getting myself to drive 4 hours.
But you're getting paid.
Well, I'm getting paid. I guess I can drive 4 hours.
I mean, if you're getting $500, I mean, how could you turn that down just to come for a night and hang out?
Oh, I wouldn't turn that down.
You're getting paid to drive and just hang out. I mean, there's nothing better than that. Yeah,
I'll do that. My wife will make me do it.
So we're going to start a Venmo and we're going to put money in it for the next couple weeks.
Maybe Christy will put it together.
I told Christy, yeah, absolutely, and we'll put money in. We'll put a couple $100 a week, and then we'll get you here. But I want to get you here for the national championship game. So I think that you should consider that. Do you have games Monday night?
No, although I would like. What time's that game at?
It's at like 7.
My son likes to watch the games.
You're saying he'd want to watch the game with you. Bring your kid then.
I would, except he has school.
Oh, well, school's overrated.
You know what? He's like you. He believes the same thing that you do. So you guys would be good friends. He believes that school is overrated as well.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, just soft. Bring a soft approach to it, and say, Daddy may have to go away for the game on Monday, and just see how he responds to it.
Good
if he kicks and screams and cries, then you stay home.
He won't kick his scream. He'll just be like, if he wants me to if he wants me to watch it with him, he'll be like, "What? You don't want to watch it with me?" That's what I'll say, something like that.
Yeah, if he gives you some smarmy remark, then you can stay.
Yep. But if he goes, "Oh, okay," then they go.
Yeah, that's how I think. That's how I think you should judge it.
He'll probably go and say, "All right, who's going to take me to? Is Mommy going to take me to basketball training then?"
Yeah,
I'm like, yes, Mommy will take you.
Yeah, so I think that's how you work it out. And then we'll do the podcast live from the pizzeria.
That would be fun, actually.
We're gonna do it anyway, but it'll be funny.
Does he have a good amount of people at the pizzeria for the game?
Yeah, he'll have people for the game. Yeah.
Oh, so that would be
it'll be fun.
You'd have a little crowd there.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do it right on the bar. We'll have a special area in the bar, like marked off, so there's not too much background noise. We'll try to show the TV, and I think it could work.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty darn cool. I think that would be like on location.
Yeah. We'll a lot of people do that. They do watch-alongs and they get tons of ratings for it.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Is that like a big thing on like YouTube or something?
Twitch, they'll do
Twitch. They do watch-alongs.
Twitch, they do watch-alongs on like how to beat video games.
Is that what Twitch really is? Is that really like?
Yeah, it's for gamers. Yeah.
It's because they have other people do stuff, but no one must watch those things.
Well, like I'm into wrestling, so like the WWE guys, like certain wrestlers will go on and watch Monday Night Raw and do a watch-along party, and people type them questions and they can answer questions while they're on. And they have Venmo or Cash Apps, so you can donate to them. That's why I suggested doing like a Store Central or C Club Cash App account, So then you could put it up and people cash app donations, and in return, you read their message off. You get to read a message.
Watch-along party. You got to do watch-along parties for
the basketball games.
Like we could actually.
I would try it.
It doesn't even have to be like. So it could be. It doesn't have to be all of us. It has to be somebody.
No, I do it. Yeah,
yeah. And we watch along
and just talk. Yeah,
and you have people come on, so you could be like watching it from you have the TV on one screen, right, and then you have the you on the other screen, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're watching at the same time that it's like. I wonder.
Maria, I know Maria would do it. It can easily be done. You would just have to have, like you said, you could use. See, but now most people do not actually show the game on their TV on the computer.
They just talk about it while it's happening.
They just talk about it while it's happening, but they put the volume on.
Oh, they put the volume of the game on, right? Because they don't want copyright stuff.
Correct. So you could do it that way. Right.
Almost like they do that now with TV with like McAfee and like.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Right.
They watch-alongs are huge.
Watch-alongs are huge things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So isn't that what the Mannings basically do?
Yeah, that's what they do Monday nights. Yeah, they do watch-alongs with Belichick. Yeah. But the Mannings, I think, that because they're allowed to show the game, so they show the game and you just hear their voice. They would see us and just hear the game. So
just hear the game. That's pretty cool. I think
it works.
I think we should do Husky Hoop ones with watch-alongs with whoever's available.
I'll do it. We just I think that I definitely think that we could get donations that way. We could get some money that way. We would just have to create a Husky Hoops Venmo, and get a card for it, and then the reward. Like I've done research on this, and that's what I told you, and I told Kevin. You do the Venmo, they donate a certain amount of money, and they get their message read. They get their message read live. That's the donation. Thank you for donating and supporting.
Well, why don't we just get them to donate to us?
Well, that's what I would do. You could do it the Coach Schuman channel, the YouTube channel. But you could, you call it Husky Hoops.
Yeah.
This is
watch along or whatever you call
it. Hey, put it on the bottom there. Yeah, to donate to the Husky Hoops Venmo, and then we get notified, and they can type their message in. And we read their message.
And then we give a percentage of that to we give a percentage of that to NIL.
Sure. Yeah. That's how it works.
And the other percentage goes to the hosts.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
So I think it'd be
so that's what you do on Twitch with the WWE guys. That's what they
do. Yes, that's what they do. They get donations.
You ever heard of Kai Sennett? You know who Kai Sennett is?
No, but I've done a ton of research
on it.
The Turtle Boy guy that I love.
Is he on the Twitch?
No, he's on YouTube, but he makes probably $1,000 per show just on donations.
Wow.
He does but he does like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But he gets like, $20, $30 donations. And then it adds up. So
he's pretty popular.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I think you could do it and, just Venmo at Husky Hoops, Venmo at Husky Huddle, or Venmo at Husky Talk, whatever you want to call it. And then, the reward is you read their message to the group. My suggestion to Burton was I wanted to do a Bleeding Blue podcast where we have a player on, and people, if they donate a certain amount, they get an autograph from one of the players.
Yeah.
Sent to them.
So he didn't want to do that, or?
Well, he dismantled Bleeding Blue, so
Well,
we'd have to do it. We'd have to do it on our own.
what
And
if we started up Bleeding Blue again, and we took it over, made our own, like a different LLC or whatever, nonprofit, and we ran.
we can. It would just be Husky Huddle.
Right. Husky Huddle.
It could just be Husky Huddle, but the problem is getting players. If we didn't get players, then it would have to be what's their reward for donating. It would be reading their messages.
All right. So let's say we took Husky Huddle. I'm just spitting out scenarios here.
Yeah.
So this is us live spitballing. So maybe you guys could chime in and give us ideas if you watch this at another time, if you don't watch it live. But I wonder. So all right. So we took Husky Huddle.
I've done research on this.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking you. So if we started like let's say we made Husky Huddle its own nonprofit. I'm just spitballing here. We made its own nonprofit. Okay, we were the administrators of that nonprofit. Obviously, we have the show already. We already have obviously content. Creating a site is not hard.
Well, I don't think it has to be a nonprofit because you already have a business. You already have MUC. Right. You could put it under that umbrella.
But we could also use it. So we could use for that, and then we could donate to. We could actually be NIL operators for our players.
That's what I wanted to do. Yes.
That's what you were talking about before with me? No.
Yes.
Okay. So we could be. We probably.
That's why I said we could do it that way. We could raise money.
Maria. And she's Husky Hoops, obviously, but and could run. We could actually build out like a sub network, right? Within, even though we already have our one show, but we could build out other shows, and we could, although according to you, we'd be contributing to the problem. But we could raise money. Part of it would go to us operating everything. The other part would go to these NAL.
Yeah, you give a percentage
and help players.
Yeah,
start their own shows.
Yeah,
what about that?
Yeah,
underneath our network, and we say, hey, we'll pay you from our funds, guys that we want to start. They'll all want to start a show. They'll all want to get some funds. But we'll pick the best, like we'll let them submit
Cam Edwards or Mel Brown,
submit themselves on camera, right?
Yeah.
And you have the Cam Edwards show.
Well that's what I would go to them at first and ask them, hey, we're trying an experiment. We want you to come on and we're gonna do a Venmo. And if people Venmo $20 or $30, we get their address and we send them an autograph.
Right.
Just like a signed picture.
Right.
That works. And then the other one that works is simply reading a message. That's what Turtle Boy does. Turtle Boy if you donate to him, he will read any message you send. So that may be less moving parts and to try and see if we get anyone who does it. So it's up to you. If you want to try it, we could try it tomorrow.
Well, we have to get somebody on.
We got Joe D and we got Maria, and we'll just be Husky Huddle. Hey, if you any donation, this is our Venmo at Husky Hoops. And we will read your message to the group because you get notified on your phone when you get a Venmo, and they put in their message that they want read.
Right. Okay. Cool. And
Joe D can read their message.
Like Chris D, for example.
Yeah, Chris D would donate. Yeah, Chris D donates, and we read off whatever he wants.
And then what we would want to do is get that out to the public, right? So we know that.
We would tell them we would put a post out ahead of time that we're trying to raise NIL money. And I think that would work. That was my whole thing with Burton. I said, Burton, create a Venmo for Bleeding Blue. We'll promote it and we'll reward people who donate. Give us a player and they can autograph something. If you don't want to do that, we'll read a message. So I'm all for trying it. And I have a Venmo for Husky Talk. I can create a Venmo for Husky Hoops, or you can create a Venmo for Husky Hoops, and we can try it tomorrow as a test run and see if anyone bites.
I think we should try it for next week and build it up. Like,
okay,
get the message out.
Just promote it. Yeah,
promote it for a week and see if we can get enough people to the table.
Okay,
and then
because I think we could use Husky Huddle and Husky Hoops. I just don't know if we need two separate Venmos, but
no. Probably could just use Husky Huddle as its own Venmo. It's
been around longer. Yeah.
Well, I guess you might have people that only want to donate to Husky Hoops. I don't know. It's a good point.
Well, then we'll try both. I can change mine. Mine was Husky
Venmo. You could add it. It's easy to do.
Yeah, I can change mine from Husky Talk to Husky Huddle, and then you can change yours to Husky Hoops. Or if you want me to do Husky Hoops and you do
I can add one. On Venmo, it allows you to add
yes.
At least mine does. Allows you to add.
Yes, you can add. You can add
another business one on here, and you see sports, and then I could add another,
and just change the name of it to @Husky.
I don't even have to do that. I could just create a new one, I believe.
Yes, create a new one and put Husky Hoops. Because that's what I have. Because I was taking donations when I first started for Husky Talk. So my Venmo is @Husky Talk.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Do you
So I can easily change that to Husky Huddle or Husky Hoops.
Yeah, I think we need to get
or just Yukon Huskies. We can put.
I don't know if we could use their name.
Sure, we can. Who's going to stop us?
Might be trademarked.
Or @Husky Sports or
Right. Well, anything Huskies you can do.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. All right, cool. Well, that was a good episode.
Yeah. I gotta get going. I got a doctor's appointment.
Everything going good?
Oh, I'm getting my brain shocked. I'm doing this TMS treatment.
Is it helping?
I had my first session yesterday. So.
Oh, you did? What was that like?
It's like a woodpecker pecking at your brain. They electrically shock your head.
Feels like a woodpecker pecking
hard?
Yes,
it's electric coil that goes around your head. Okay. Yeah, it's for CTE and all that stuff. So I had my first session yesterday. I have to go 5 days in a row. So that will be fun.
And then wow.
So after 5 days, then they evaluate if it's made a difference, and then you go from there for how many days a week you go.
Ugh.
So yeah.
Is it painful or no?
No, it's just a little peck on your head.
You just feel like.
No, I don't really. I fell asleep yesterday. I didn't really care.
Oh, okay. So that's not a big deal.
Yeah. So
that's good. Well, all right.
We're up to 400 viewers now. Amazing, because we were talking about monetizing for college football. Friendzy and the next greatest influencer, Coach Schuman, sports and entertainment YouTube channel. Smash that subscribe button. We are going to be back with taking donations to try to raise money for Yukon's NIL on Venmo. It's going to be at Husky Hoops. So be ready for that. That's coming hopefully next week. And remember, I'm the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.